I'm going to wade into this, even though I probably shouldn't.
Uh-oh.
Superdome is the loudest place I've been to in the NFL.
Have you watched a game in Seattle?
I have.
Where's the domes? That makes sense, right?
I've been to Kansas City. It is very loud. And you're like, wow, this may be the loudest outdoor stadium I've ever been in. And the one closest to it, if not neck and neck, and you can have an argument, is Seattle. Seattle is. It's tough to hear yourself think.
Yep. You can be sitting next to the person and have a conversation and can't hear them.
But
in Seattle,
I'll never forget being in the Superdome the night that it reopened after Katrina. And Marshall Faulk, native son of New Orleans, was telling me, just you wait. First time I'd ever seen a game in there. Not the first time I was ever there. The first time I was ever in the Superdome was when my dad, who taught a French class, used to take his high school French class to French-speaking places around the globe.
That's cool.
Bon Suisse.
Quebec. We went to Quebec one time. We went to New Orleans. And I was like, kind of wondering. I remember as a kid just wondering to myself, like, how come people don't speak French around here? It's a French quarter.
French quarter.
But, and by the way, yes, we did go to France.
Parlez-vous?
Not all on the same trip, but at any rate, I remember Marshall saying, wait till you hear how loud it is in here. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And then the first opening possession of that game on that Monday night, Atlanta versus New Orleans, and Michael Vick, second down run. Out of the pocket, fumbles the ball, and the scream that I heard that then immediately died down because the ball rolled out of bounds and the Falcons maintained possession. I remember thinking to myself, that was loud. And then, of course, Steve Gleason blocking the punt 2 snaps later. That was when I thought the building might fall apart again. I've never heard anything like that. That's the loudest, that moment right there that has now since been memorialized by a statue outside the stadium. That's the loudest I've ever heard in an NFL stadium in my 20 years of being in them.
Shout out Steve Gleason, man.
That's what's up.
Damn straight that's what I remember I remember after they scored that touchdown, I look at Marshall and he looks at me with a look like, right?
Told you.
Right? Yeah. As he then started cackling in his famous cackle whenever he's right about something, right? So, yeah. And then the only thing that Marshall enjoyed later on that day, more than that, was when I was on the field with him right around the second quarter, standing on the field. I had a press pass and watched the game from the field, and I got kicked off the field because someone from ESPN saw me on the screen. It was their game, and they didn't want me out there.
Really?
Yes.
Audacity.
The member of security told Marshall, you could stay. He's got to go.
Man,
that's insane.
That is Tom
Marshall
Petty right there.
Loved it. Bye.
Palooza.
Bye. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.